let us continue the discussion about Atomic Habits by James Clear. The third law, make it easy. In the previous chapter, we mentioned habit scoreboard and habit stacking. These strategies are about how to plan the activities to be more obvious and attractive. However, practice and repetition are indispensable. It is easier for us if we can plan and arrange the activities nicely. You won't have any progress or improvement if you fail to carry out the behavior. Undoubtedly, plan is required before we start a habit. However, one common mistake encountered is we tend to figure out the best approach before we take action. This will cause procrastination. Start the habit in an easier way first and try to improve it through repetitions. For me, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes a habit. Improving through practice makes perfect. There is no point if you keep repeating the wrong thing. Your goal is to build a good body shape. You search for some videos and books about building a healthy and fit body. This is your motion. Only if you start to have a balanced diet and go to the park for jogging, you start taking action. Undoubtedly, motion is useful and informative, but only action will bear fruit. Motion makes us feel like we are making progress without running the risk of failure. You won't know jogging is so exhausting if you are just planning to do it at home. If you want to form a habit, start it once you have a brief concept about it. Start with repetition, not perfection. Pursuing perfection is a barrier to form a habit. The more you practice the habit, the more efficient you are in it. Take note that habit form is based on frequency, not time. Your brain can adapt to certain behavior in a short time if you do it every day, or else longer time is required if you do it weekly or monthly. Now, you can go to the toilet to brush your teeth once you wake up. Someone can even do it unconsciously. This is because we practice it over hundreds and thousands of times. To cultivate a new habit, the same frequency and quantity are also required. The best is the enemy of the good. As technology develops by leaps and bounds, digital devices such as phones, laptops and computers make our life more comfortable and convenient. Vehicles like cars and buses are also indispensable in our daily routine. People won't walk to work if they can drive there. People won't use the staircase if there is a lift or escalator. People tend to use an easier method whenever it is possible to conserve energy. Nowadays, having a phone, we can contact our friends, search information online and play games. We don't need to write letters and go to libraries to find books. We also like to do online shopping and order food to our doorstep. These become our habits as they are easy and convenient. Without realizing it, you will look at your phone whenever you have free time. People are lazy. Hence, making habits easy is essential for us. We prefer habits that deliver the most value with the least effort. Habits are the obstacle of their underlying motive. Doing revision is to achieve a better result. Therefore, if you can reduce the friction of doing it, you are closer to your target. You can prepare your books and stationery required first on the table. Create a comfortable and quiet environment that can make revision an easy thing. Some people will arrange their desk and area nicely after they have used it. They will place everything in their respective place. However, they say that they do this because they are lazy. You must be confused about it. It is because they don't need to waste time finding their stuff if they are placed neatly. It is easier for them to start their work next time. They are doing the right thing with the least effort in the long run. Habits are easier to build if they fit into the flow of your life. If you want to play sports every day, you can find a sports complex along the way between your office and home. You don't need to pay extra effort for it, you reduce the friction. For bad habits, you should increase the friction as much as possible. If you are always distracted by the phone while studying, you can put it far away from yourself. You even can ask your parents to keep the phone for you. The friction is strong enough that you won't go to get it without reason. The less energy a habit requires, the more likely it is to occur. Habits are automatic choices that influence the conscious decisions that follow. When you put on your workout clothes, you will go to the gym for exercise. When you turn on the music, you will fall asleep. When you take out a book from the shelves, you will start reading. Hence, if we can cultivate the first action as our habit, the second action will be carried out without much friction. The first action is very simple. It can be done within seconds and does not need much energy. However, it can trigger the second action. If I do this, my brain will automatically know that I will do that. What we need is the moment we do the right thing. It is the decisive moment. The moment you choose whether to change into workout clothes or lie on the bed. The habits will determine whether you will go exercising. We are limited by where our habits lead us. Habits are the entry point, not the end point. Since you have worn your workout clothes, your brain will be persuaded to start exercising. Author also introduces the 2-minute rule, which states, when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. For example, running for 5 kilometers becomes running for 2 minutes. Practice guitar for 30 minutes becomes take out your guitar. Make the habits as easy as possible to start, and these will be the gateway habit to lead you down a more productive path. Undoubtedly, we know that our actual goal is not that 2-minute stuff. However, the key point is we have established the habit. If you really feel stressed while doing the 2-minute rule, you can just do 2 minutes as long as you have to stick to this habit every day. We can improve it slowly afterwards. A habit only can be ameliorated once we have started it. Another main idea is it can reinforce the identity we want to build. This had been mentioned in Chapter 2. If we do the behavior every day, we will believe that we are that type of person. Then, the identity will reinforce our behavior. The best way is to always stop when you are going good. Procrastination is a common problem encountered by people nowadays. No matter in school or workplace, many people are struggling to hit the deadline. It seems like only when the deadline is around the corner, then we can concentrate and focus on what we should do. The sense of urgency changes our behavior. However, it is not a good idea to burn midnight oil every time. Sometimes, as there are still many days to meet the deadline, we may think that we can do it tomorrow and there is always another day. Inevitably, this mindset will drive us to waste a lot of time on playing games, watching YouTube, and hanging out with friends. How to avoid bad habits? Make it hard and even impossible to be done. One of the simplest ways is to lock your phone in a drawer or put it far away from you so that you won't be tempted to use it. You create a commitment device that stops you from using your phone. Commitment device is a choice you make in the present to decide your action in the future. This same goes with building a good habit. If you want to save money every month, you can set the system to transfer 10% of your salary to another savings account. If you want to improve the quality of sleep, you can buy a better mattress. If you want to sleep earlier, you can set the light to be turned off at 10 p.m. These are something that you only need to do one time and they will automatically work for you and help you to cultivate a good habit. Convenience provided by technology also has its own drawbacks. For example, autoplay functions in TikTok and YouTube may lead us to waste much more time than we expected without realizing it. It is a double-edged sword. We have to use it to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. It is better than relying on motivation and willpower. Sometimes success is less about making good habits easy and more about making bad habits hard. Feel free to share your thoughts. Remember to subscribe, like and share.